let's go forward with the meeting. And I really apologize for this mistake. I will quickly share my screen. So before starting, we'll be following the weekly tradition, and that is if you're for the first time on this call, so you get to introduce yourself. So uh, any newcomer who
Hey,
like
Vivek, what call are we on?
websites meeting.
Okay. Do you want to let everybody know that?
Yeah, sure. So we are on Live5's weekly websites call. And so if you are for the first time joining websites call, so feel free to unmute yourself and give a quick intro. So I see some of the new names in the attendees. Harshit Mishra, is it the first time for you to join?
Yeah, Vivek, I'm joining for the first time.
Yeah, go ahead.
So hello everyone, myself Harshit Mishra. I'm a community person, to be fair. I have been contributing to open source lately, but haven't got any issues in layer 5, but soon I will be looking out for some issues to contribute in layer 5 as well. So yeah, this is pretty much everything about me, and I'm also a Postman student leader working along with some of the community builders here in India, such as Manish, who also used to be a meshmate, I guess.
Yes. Manish used to be a contributor here.
Yeah, so I'm working with him as well.
Yeah, thanks for the introduction. And yeah, definitely we will get some issues to work on. And next up we have Sahib. So Sahib, would you like to introduce?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Sahib Krishna. I'm a product designer, and this is my first time joining the meeting. I'm happy to be a contributor.
Welcome to
thank
the
you.
welcome to the community. Welcome to the website's call, Sahib. And
Hey.
so
Sorry to interrupt, but Vivek, do you have your camera today by chance? With ideally everybody's camera is up. Everybody can connect a bit better.
yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn that on.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have a webcam, feel free to open it up. So it's always good to talk with faces rather than just audio. So yeah, like if I missed anyone, so you can go ahead and chat and introduce yourself. So let's kick off with the agenda. So first up, so we'll be covering first layer5.io, then mystery.io, then docs.mystery.io, and so on. So also I will quickly share this meeting minutes in the chat. So make sure you write your name in the attendees. So Dhamkirti, do we have Dhamkirti on the call? We don't. So let's take a quick look. So Dhamkirti was removing some of the unnecessary links. So like here, there used to be 3 to 4 links, but he removed them. So just for the context, I mean, for everyone to know what it looked like before, I will open it up. So this is how it used to look like, but Dhamkirti had changed it to this one. So no other references, external page references are there anymore. So this looks good to me. And if anyone have any feedback, so yeah, now is the time. All right, so let's go to the next one. So do we have Akshay here?
Yes.
So Akshay, would you like to go next?
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen just a second. Okay, so the issue was created like months ago, and the issue was pretty simple about Twitter icon to be fixed. There were like the bird icon has been used in couple of pages. So many of the pull requests were made, but the issue with those pull requests was they were using the SVG icon in the image tag, and that's why the CSS will not be like most of the time the CSS issue was being created as image tag using the SVG source don't like the SVG CSS to be applied to them. That's why in this, like this was my change, which will be working fine in both dark and light mode. Even the meshmate section, let's, what she didn't added Twitter. Okay, here. So even in dark mode, light mode, it's working fine. Now, the only change that I made was simply adding the SVG as a React component so that it will be rendered as an SVG element in this one. Now, this was the code to use it as an SVG component. And I added a new logo for this for the X icon because the existing ones were having some issues with the CSS because the background was white somewhere. It was already in dark mode. There were multiple issues with those SVG, so I added one more SVG, and I think this is working. Like the design is working fine in the light and dark mode, which were the issues in all the other PRs that have been like made. That's about it.
Yeah, looks good to me, Akshay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Akshay, if you like show your once more time, you share your screens.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Which part?
Yeah, the code one. Right. The changes that you made. So. Okay. Here, like the way you are converting SVG into React components, so we have a paradigm which we follow to convert our SVGs to JavaScript React components. So basically, what we do is we create another file, a JS file. In that file, we pass or we put all the SVG content inside that, and we pass height, width, and the fill color from where we are adding that component for the icon. So if you can change that from not using React component as Twitter icon to directly creating another file for basically a JS file for SVG icon and import that thing. So
okay,
yeah.
I can actually I saw the React component as in some of the place as well. That's why I gone with this approach. But if you are saying to convert it into an JS file, then surely I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, because most of the places we use that thing, so there also we have to change. So
okay, sure, I will make the comment as soon as possible.
Thank you, Akshay. Next up, we have Harshdeep. Just we added demo button. So do we have Harshdeep?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Harshdeep. Will you be sharing? No, it is not.
It's not visible. Okay,
You haven't started sharing your screen yet, I guess.
Okay, let me share.
Or if you're having problems, so then I can share the screen and you can do voiceover, Harshdeep.
Yes, we can do that. I think I'm not able to like share the screen.
Let me open the.
So basically, the issue was that there was no book a demo button on the layer 5 website, and I fixed that with this pull request. I added the book a demo button on the layer 5's main website, and I think I pretty much solved it. Have a look. Here is in the nav bar.
Okay, this one, right?
Yes.
So, like we are using this yellow background. So I'll just ask Ritik if it would look good if we have the yellow background here, or any feedback from anyone.
yeah, I will the suggesting from my side, like like if we are adding a book or demo at the nav bar, then it will make our navigation bar a lot crowded. So better if we can move that button from there to either to the hero section or somewhere else. So yeah, and
Okay,
yeah, not in the nav bar.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more feedback from anyone? Okay, so then we'll be having a look after the call, and let's
Yeah, so
decide where
just
to.
a quick one. Good work, Harshdeep. You know, good work.
Thanks.
Ritik's feedback is spot on. Do we
Mhm.
know the issue that was opened to that's requesting the book a demo button? Can we go look at the detail, the issue? All right, so Prem, there are a number of. All right, okay. Just confirming that the issue wasn't asking for that placement specifically, or there wasn't some other details that we were missing or something. And so it isn't. And so Ritik's feedback is, I mean, spot on. Although Prem, it looks like the lack of suggestion as to where that button would go has probably led to this, leaves some ambiguity. How can we, what counsel can you offer Harsh so that he, next time he presents, his PR is accepted? Prem, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Actually, I have explained it in below in the comment section because someone was asking about some more details. So I have explained it in the comment section. I think so. I have. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so you guys should close the loop, right? Like, so Harsh, did you read that? Did you not see that? Did you read it but then decided it wasn't sound counsel? Or like,
I've read that, but there is no, like, they haven't specified that where should the button go. So like I thought it should go in the nav bar.
Hey Prem, have you been around the community longer than Harsh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Yeah, he
Well,
might have.
hey,
I've just joined the community. Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
might
Harsh.
have.
Yep. Very good, Harsh. Prem, do you mind muting for just a moment?
Yeah, Prem, you might.
Nice. I would normally mute you. However, I don't have that privilege. So yeah, Prem, so hey, Harsh is relatively new here. He's doing some good work. Help a brother out. Close the loop, meet with him, get specific, give him feedback. This is an issue that you opened. So you might be expected to be one of those guys that's giving some feedback or some direction. Right?
Yeah, sure. I will do that. Yeah. Today I will I will huddle with him.
So where are you proposing that it be placed? It's actually a very quick question. Like, where should you put it? And should it be in one place or 25 places?
I think we have to add a new section because there isn't a relative section that will resonate with that button. So we have to add a new section over there. So,
Over where? You get okay. What is the new section? What does the new section look like?
Like let's explore with us and some tagline and some little bit of detail and book a demo. something like that.
Okay. All right. Just, I guess the reason I'm going through this is that I'm not sure if it's reasonable that Harsh would have, that they would have been successful given the description. Sounds like that there's probably needs a little more requirements, a little more detail. If there is a new section on the, that's certainly one way to go. I bet you though the book a demo button, like fits into some other areas. There's an area or two where people sign up for access to MeshMap. There might be room for it there. Maybe might have to change some things around. I'm not sure. But good. Okay, sounds like you're on it. You'll be doing a mock-up or two, getting that in front of folks here, getting it in front of Harsh. Harsh, in the meantime, are you starting to get comfortable with the site itself? Do you want to consider, are you open to a different issue in the meantime? Or maybe do you have any suggestions as to where it would go?
I think I will discuss with the Prem later, and we can discuss about where it should go. I'm open to other issues as well.
Nice. Do you have any suggestions as to where the button might go right now, or does anyone else? I don't know that a new section is necessary. But
Hey, Lee, I have a suggestion.
yeah, please.
We open in playground button in two places, like in the nav and in the hero section, and both of them leads to the same page. So why not just put the book or demo section button in place of open in playground in the hero section, instead of having the playground button two places at the same time?
Yeah, that's a great observation. Since I think Vivek is sharing, Vivek, if you were to hover on top of the playground button or each of the hyperlinks. So for playground, it goes to play.meshery.io. Okay. The book a demo is to like a calendar, to schedule time. And the get started is to layer 5 cloud, I think. All right, where you can get a free account if you like. And so, wait, Harshit, say it one more time. They kind of point to the same place and they kind of don't, or it's like
Vivek, can you click on the open in playground button that is in the hero section?
It's another page. I mean, play.mesh.io.
Yeah, and the one, the button in the nav bar.
The sign up.
Not this one. The previous page.
Yeah, Harshit, I'm sorry, I misunderstood what you said. Use the correct language, and I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're talking about,
yeah. Click on this.
Got you. I got you. It's all right. Yep, they're the same between the nav bar and the hero section. Yeah, so that's a great observation.
And since we are gonna have the playground section continuously visible to the people that are visiting the website, so just keep the playground button in the nav bar and book a demo button in the hero section. That we can do that.
Yeah, I'm getting a chuckle out of this because it's a really good suggestion. I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, you're right. In some of the mock-ups, it has been there. The book a demo button has been right where you're suggesting. It's like, yeah, gosh. Yeah, it's a very appropriate place. I think we'd have to talk out loud for a moment on that one. It's like, gosh, I think that's such a wonderful suggestion. Here's where our dilemma might be. Our dilemma is, I don't know if we're ready for so we have a demo booked here for an hour and a half from now. And so good, and it's just the one that we have today. And there aren't others scheduled for tomorrow or the next day. And I guess what I'm pointing out is we haven't gotten, we don't have we're not doing tons and tons and tons of these. And we can't because of the time that it takes to do them. Yeah, I don't know. So learn about mesh map, book a demo, open in the playground. And then the pop-up that we have, I think that probably links people to the playground as well. You know, after about 5 seconds when you first visit the site.
Yep.
So maybe that one should be book a demo or something like that. Just, I'm not sure, like I don't know. The overwhelming majority of site visitors will overlook the book a demo or roll their eyes at it, or don't want to be, don't want to give up their info or don't want to meet with someone. But that popover could be that pop-up. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. We definitely need the button on the site. Anybody else have thoughts about this? While people are thinking, Prem, maybe a design for a new popover that's appropriate for book a demo, or maybe if the current graphic, if you refresh your screen, if you open up a private browsing window or go to layer5.io, you'll see the pop-up instead of the preview site.
Okay.
Because the button might just work there as is, potentially.
Yep.
I don't know, but man, yeah, between Harsh and Harshit, there's some good work being done.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, are you okay? We don't see it, or I don't see it.
Like, I can say access playground, the pop-up is here.
Huh. Yeah. Can anyone else see it? Because I don't see it.
I guess Vivek, you are sharing the wrong screens.
Okay. So I'll just open in that one also.
Anyway, good. I mean, here's the pop-up, and yeah. Okay, demo. Would you like a demo? Book one now. Wait, there's more. Cool. All right, we've probably spent enough time on this. Prem, should we explore that idea?
Yeah, we can explore that idea.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, then let's go to the next one. So we have Rex updates on our design system. So Rex, would you like to take this stage?
Sorry, I think my mic was on. Yes. Can you see? I'll do that first. So this is basically I'm trying to. Yes, I think it's so. All right, so yeah. So far, we've been able to come up with a few foundational content for the design system. You rightly notice here that there is the page name foundations, and for us that means color, typography, spacing. Grids is supposed to be in there, but it's not fully, it's not complete yet, so I've not included it here. But all of these have been we've explored with these colors, tested on them, so This is supposed to be the purple green. This is the Caribbean green. This is saffron. And then we are eventually thinking of having two neutral palettes because we noticed there were a lot of neutral colors used across both the websites and even the products eventually. So we have these neutrals for a lot of blend, and then these colors for semantics. For typography, we are trying to have presets. So as opposed to say header, title, body text that can eventually become misleading at some point, we're trying to have presets, and I spoke with Kingsley about this. I hope I got the right information, but he pointed out that with presets, once these have been highlighted or clearly stated, eventually some changes can be made separately to, let me share something, maybe that gives better context so that I'm not just, yeah, so with typography like this, so if there's a preset text, then eventually that preset text is continuously referenced going forward. Hopefully, we don't get to add too much variations to it eventually, but that's the idea behind having preset typefaces. And it's a front pairing of Quilla Soft for the first 4 headers, and then open sounds for more of the body text. And then the last text here is a capitalized preset for maybe small headings. That's the from 12. This type scale was made using the, I think, the middle third type scale or modular scale. And so this is 72 pixels, this is 64, 52. And we arrived at these figures by, we had to go through the entire layer 5 website and most of Measure, checking for the largest heading sizes, largest text sizes. We had to consolidate all of that and say, okay, which ones were more frequently used. This is susceptible to change, but for a start, we have to try these out first and see how well they work to proceed. Then this is the spacing values we decided to come up with: 4, 8, 16, 32, 6, 40, 56, and 64. So you notice they are mostly in a multiple of 8 because we are working with the 8 pixel grid, and to have consistency and proportionate scaling or proportionate spacing, whether it's the padding of a button or the margins between elements, it has that uniform space to be around it. With Figma, there's something called variables. It's a new feature that was introduced, and so with variables, we can be able to have all of these colors accounted for. So eventually, this will lead to tokenization, and with that, those tokens already sort of replicated here on Figma, to be easy to translate that into code eventually. I'll do a brief demo here so that what I'm saying is not lost. For instance, if you notice, all of these have been represented into variables already. So, for instance, the only semantic or specified colors that we have now is the brand color, which is this primary 40. That's the 4 Keppel green that we use. If I was going to add a text to that, all I have to do is add a variable color. All of that will be accounted for going forward. It will be neutral eventually. So, for instance, if we're having a text color of, say, text primary, this is just an instance.
Yeah, but Rex, why would we use variables and not just the styles? So Figma has the ability to enter in your various colors and have those in the to create a library, either a team level or
variables can also create the library as well. Variables is like an upgrade of styles, because with variables you can reference variables with variables, but you can't reference styles with styles. So styles are sort of limited in a sense. So variables, one variable can stand in for multiple values eventually, and that can lead to a lot of flexibility across the board. So that's why going with variables is actually the better option.
Nice. That makes sense. That's nice. So of the colors that we have here and the typography and the presets are really like H1, H2, H3, H4. Like, yep, there's definitely so. Yep. So which makes a lot of sense. It'd be good to see like if there's desktop versus mobile sizing between these. We do have the typography and the colors. I don't think we have the spacing, but we have these defined in the existing design systems that are there. Are these any different? What sizes do those literally translate to in terms of rem? I see the weights that are associated, but are just visually, I guess, and the sizes that are visually there, but sorry, for the typography.
Okay, so
like if you were to reference the existing typography that we have, it says what the font name is and what the size is and what the weight is, I think.
yes, it does all of that here. So if you switch to dev mode on Figma, you can access all of that. Right here. Am I answering your question? Is this what you're asking?
Yeah, I think so. But also like we could show that information to people here so that it's readily digestible. I also sort of highlighting that like, hey, I'm also sort of saying implicitly, like, where's the beef? Like, hey, we already have this stuff. So is there something new? Like, or are these different
The
sizes?
documentation, you mean the documentation that comes along with it? Yes. I think there was supposed to be a spot for that. So it's in here, yes, here on Figma. These styles, for instance, from Figma here, I've not included that here yet, but there's this slot for description. If I add a description in here, when anybody comes to implement, whether via designs, whether it's a designer or whether it's someone who is trying to implement something, and so click it in dev mode, that description appears here on Figma as well. On Google, that description appears. So that's something.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Here, let me get more to the point of maybe what I'm asking, which is like, hey, are we making progress? Or like here's the current design system in the layer 5 design file, which calls out two different fonts, says what their names are, gives examples of their use, gives some of those specifics here. And good, and maybe they need to change, maybe we need to consolidate to one, or and it gives kind of a light mode and a dark mode view. And if you come back out, like this is one of a couple of different design systems that collectively we're trying to consolidate. And so there's the brand deck that has these defined in there as well, like at least for colors and typography. In the Meshry design file, there's a design system there. Similar, sort of a similar situation in which there's a halfway done or a 1/3 way done set of info.
So here's the difference with this. Here's the difference with this one. With those tokens I mentioned earlier, I spoke to Kingsley about how we could have them inside the system record with where it is working. So it's going to be available for people to reference these colors, these texts eventually going forward. The usage of these components of these elements so far is to see a case of how well they work, and going forward if it's something that we are definitely sticking with, or if we have to adjust it and fine-tune it for it to work sufficiently. The documentation, that slipped my mind actually. I was going to add that, but then I got carried away at some point and I forgot to add that. That will definitely be done before the end of today. And if you want to review it again subsequently later today, definitely you can check that out. I was trying to make a case for how the variables work, and it was a case of once we have those variables presets, we can go ahead and use it to set properties for color, for text, and typography across board. Here on Figma, and as well in the full representation of it. Like I said, it's still work in progress. What we plan to do this week going forward is have a couple of components out. I notice there is a lot of push for at least something to be out there, and I get that. There's seemingly nothing to show for it, but sufficient work has been done on the back end. For instance, we had a Kanban board where we had a list of things.
Yeah, but Rex, I don't have any insight into that. A Kanban board where? Like the
that's I thought I was still sharing my screen. Let me share that. Let me show it. Yeah, I actually thought my screen was still on.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there we go. You see that?
Okay, we don't Rex. Yeah, here's our problem. We don't use Notion. I mean, we can, but it's not been integrated into our system. So I don't. There are others in the community who are putting out components actively now and publishing packages. I don't know. It's okay. I get that we need to do research. We need to do, but there's no plan for a plan. So there's no like, well, what research do we need to do? To what end? What will that produce? What artifacts should we expect? How does those artifacts affect the outcome of how the site is designed? Does it mean that we won't have typography if we do some research and figure out that or will we? If we know that we'll have certain things, what's preventing us from getting a skeleton, put together? If we know that we're going to have typography, what's preventing us from and we're not changing the typography. I don't know that we need to. We don't critically need research to figure out if we need to change the presets. Like, how large is the H1? Does that need to be changed? Like, not something we need to spend time on figuring out, but something that we do need to make consistent across each of the systems. The use of something like variables, that sounds wonderful and very helpful to making things consistent or aligning to one system. But herein lie some of the bones that I have to pick. Like, there's some good work that was just being done, the colors that you just showed, the typography, but that from my perspective, certainly with the experience that you've had in the community at the time that we had started this, was like, we have those things. They're not necessarily going to change. Maybe, or we need to consolidate some into the same colors. That would be like on the first day, those things would probably be complete, at least for the 3 that you're showing. If there's research or other, like people have been hard at work, and Rex in particular, and perhaps isn't getting credit for the work completed, but without artifacts to show for that work, or results from polls, or results from having spoken to people, my confidence starts to wane. It's like, I'm not quite sure where we're headed or what the goal is. I don't see the miles, and so, but I am being told to wait. Hold on. We're gonna do something. We're gonna say, well, okay, I get it. What are we gonna do? What is that thing? Is what artifacts do we expect to? And I'm trying to have
actually valid. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm trying to have the conversation. Yeah, I'm not trying to hammer into Rex. But by the way, just ask Ritik or Vivek or Prem the level of discomfort they feel on other calls. Like, it's super uncomfortable, and it's not fun for me at all. But anyway, the thing about, like, it's very frustrating because it's like, wait a second, Rex is doing some fantastic work. Look at that. I mean, I just learned about variables. They sound wonderful. That sounds like right at the heart of what we're trying to do. It's like, make things consistent, at least. Also improve stuff, and and so use of something like variables. Oh man, boy, we just centralize that and reference those variables. Super consistent. Anyway, one thing that you might be able to do that will help in this discussion is like some of the anticipated learnings or anticipated artifacts that might come from interview sessions. If we have a way of capturing that things like that will also help with us understanding that here's how much progress we've already made, and here's how much progress or how much more we need to go.
Okay. Briefly. So how is this for progress? Yes. Going forward, I was going to point out that in the coming weeks, at least starting from this week, with these foundations we've outlined now, we plan to start creating components. And your point to whether the previous system was something that needed changing or not, that needed research or not, well, to an extent it did, because if we're talking about consistency, we're going as far as the spacing and every single detail involved with it. With the former systems, most times the line heights, the text sizes that were used didn't necessarily follow any particular pattern. It was just a case of, from what I observed, after having gone through the design system, styles were created, and after those styles were created, they are just plugged into the designs. At times, even other styles are created in addition to those styles that are supposed to serve as what is the design system's core styles for text, for color, for whatever it is. And that's why we kept having the case of, this is not our green, this is not our color, this text is off one way or the other. What this does is, once they are tokens for them, and we have those clearly outlined, which is the next phase in this now, we plan to start creating these components starting out this week. So a few priority components, say buttons, font fields, and headers like that going forward, to see how feasible that begins to work. If it's a case of it's exactly the same thing that has been done in the past, but the implementation, most times with design systems, is the implementation and the documentation, which I agree to a fault of mine, it's not here yet. So those are the things that actually make them differ. Okay, what use cases, where are they most appropriate to be used, and all of that will be included going forward before the components begin to start.
Nice. There's are you doing that in coordination with Antoinette? There's a number of components that have been created now, and they're about to
like I said, we're trying to add this to where to the system triple. I think I spoke to Kingsley about that. He said it was possible to add it to what she was doing. So maybe that's where definitely we're going to start from, because that's a one. I think we've not spoken to her directly, but I Kingsley had the conversation. He said it was doable and possibly something, if we get the job with her, we'll be able to pass that on.
Nice, good. Yeah, Abid Sophie and Antoinette Caldwell are the two maintainers of that repo. And yet I'm pushing for them to release a data table component this week and an activity toolbar component this week. And they may need revisions based on some of this work, but there shouldn't be a separate. So then the reason the reason why we won't use Notion right now is because it bifurcates us, so there isn't the collaboration openly. I'm sure it's an open doc and all that, but what I mean is, well, hey, you gotta have Antoinette and Abid in the loop, or in the. Kingsley has done some good stuff. Kingsley is on the call. I'll talk about him like he is. He's done one thing in the community, which is yet to actually land. He frequently has exams where he'll be gone for about 3 weeks and kind of come back. And anyway, my point isn't to say that's not a negative thing. My point is, maybe he sees this through, maybe he doesn't. The probability is that he won't, and it's got nothing to do with Kingsley. It's just a statistical fact. Same like Harshit has his video on. That's wonderful. There's a 50-50-ish maybe chance. There's probably a 30% chance Harshit is on next week's call. It's just a statistic, like most people. Some people stick, and it's about 1 out of every 100 is about probability. It's got nothing to do with Harshit, nothing to do with Kingsley. And I know that people have a way of internalizing that as themselves, but so the point is like, hey, the two maintainers who are publicly assigned, they're not. Let's close the loop. Yeah. When you say we are doing, it's like who's the what team are you referring to? And that's wonderful. I hope that we do need a team around it. And it's like, so so hence, we're 2 months in. I'm not sure. This is just a guess. My internal clock 2 months maybe on this. I could be off. Maybe it's 1 month. Maybe it's 3 months. But it's a couple of months and we're talking about typography and presets as if these are brand new. And it's like actually for me, for day one, like, by the way, when we create these new components, we're sourcing them from Material UI. So these are pre-made components that we're just augmenting slightly. So even the components, like we've got lots of software projects. It's about refining the existing ones that we have. So anyway, I
think Kingsley wants to say something. So he was actually part of the week, like the reference area.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So I wanted to make reference to the concerns, some of the concerns that we raised concerning the progress or what exactly is being worked on and the like. So funny enough, I didn't even know like Layer 5 already had a design system, existing design system. So I thought we were actually building this whole stuff from scratch, aside from the default components that had been used, and like the buttons, the colors, the typography, and all those stuff. So I didn't know that there's kind of this detailed Figma design of all the design systems. So, but I still feel like what Rex is currently working on, or what we are working on rather, is more like refining what is already existing. Okay, so I saw what, based on the conversation I had with Antoinette, yes, based on the conversation I had with her. So most of the components that, or maybe the system report that she currently the system report that she currently started created a foundation for something. Yeah, so it's more of what is already being used. So, but now we don't want to halt the process of what she's doing because of this current improvement on system design system. So it's not like we're trying to want her to start waiting for us to finish before they continue, outlining all the stuff that had already been built. More like in a way that the engineers can just go there and plug things in and all that. So this actually needs a lot of, for me, I feel like it needs a lot of how do I put it? A lot of auditing what is already done, what is already being done. Yeah. So I think if updates could be coming from that angle, then to make a whole lot of sense. And that's what I wanted to point out. But for the outlining of the already existing system, that's still fine. That process shouldn't even be hard. In fact, I even want to be part of the team alongside with and Antoinette on the process of kind of carrying all those things out. Why this current design system is being progressively being built out. So yeah, that's kind of my comment. Okay.
I'm taking your feedback
Thank you, Rex.
Reach out to Abid and the other mention. I think Antonio to mention. Definitely, hopefully, we'll be able to make changes like the concept. Sorry.
Thank you, Rex, Kingsley. So next up, Ankush. So Ankush is on the call and had like three items. So Ankush, would you like to present?
Yes, I'm sorry. So the issue was adding tooltip over the badges. And now it's looking like this. This is the tooltip I have added all the badges. Like it's being centered. I get a suggestion like it should be in center, so I centered the tooltip.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, did you happen to slap a tooltip on the on the row of social links below?
No, I think it's not, but I sure can work on this also.
It looks like a winner to me. I mean, so did you just show the light mode version as well? It's just the
Yes,
same
yeah.
dark colored tooltip. Okay. Nice. Huh. I guess that's interesting. Did you see the lower, the grayish social links? That's kind of
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll like make the background of that tooltip like the color of these socials.
Oh, okay. Wait, clarify for me. Are you saying that if you hover on a LinkedIn one, you'd have a blue tooltip over the?
No, I'm just saying like you are saying like in bright mode. I'm just talking about the tooltip how the badges.
Nice. You'll have a tooltip over those badges in light mode and dark mode. That would sound, yeah, perfect.
So I think that's what the issue of the badges. If I can also work on the tooltip of the like socials, that should be like.
Anybody disagree that there would be tooltips over the social icons as well?
Like, what do we intend to show in the tooltip for the social links? I mean,
like here, GitHub, like if you have of the Twitter, like the Twitter. I think these are fine. Like everybody know the signs, what they are intended to be. I think they are just fine because like in this, everybody know what the logo is for.
Yeah, Ankush, if you go back and open the profile one time.
Right.
Like on his profile, like if you scroll down a bit, so like yeah, here like here the user can have a problem like what that person means. So maybe that in the here we will help the tooltip will help users to know what it is. So but yeah, but for the social icons it is already explanatory there icons.
So
Yeah, except for the mesh, except for the meshery one, it may not be as obvious what that is. Yeah, you know, if you were to show the person's GitHub username when you hover on GitHub, that might be kind of neat to see that. Oh, okay. Or their Twitter handle when you hover on Twitter. Very nice. For LinkedIn and for the meshery one, I don't know that there are shorthand handles, so I don't know that that works. But at least for those other two, you could just show the user's handle.
okay.
Cool.
I think
good.
Yeah, like.
Oh, go ahead.
So the next issue is refactoring the CSS file. So I just show you the changes I made on the file. So like there, I have added the breakpoints like here, the pixel, like for 568 pixels dash mallet and use for corresponding breakpoints in the file. And I also like the requirements like to convert pixels into RAM or percentages. So I converted almost pixel into RAM. And I also added like specific like landscape to for the user to understand like the code is here for the use for landscape. That is what asked in the PR. So these are the changes I made in the like, and it doesn't also affect the pages also. Like if I change I made some changes in the CSS, but it does not affect the overall page. It's still the same. And I done some improvement in the file.
Yep. Good. These are some of the like the presets that Rex was referring to. So, so yeah, we definitely want to use RAM instead of pixels if we can, and you're affecting some of those changes. The breakpoints, it's a lovely idea as well. Although in concept, we would probably define these in the theme itself so that they can be universal across each of the pages, unless there's something specific to the grid of cards that we have, the project grid, that needs these breakpoints overridden. If it does, okay, I get that you're then summarizing them on the page. If it doesn't, perhaps we can bubble these up to the theme level. Do you know if there are breakpoints defined in the theme currently?
No, I don't. Like, I'm new to the layer 5 and I've been working from like recently a week. So I just focus on these issues. So I just know.
Cool. Okay, yeah, if you take that piece of feedback, and if you don't mind checking on the theme,
Yeah.
because you're on to something here, and then of course, if it isn't in the theme and you go to define it, well, there's some subsequent issues to propagate the use of those breakpoints. If they are in the theme and you go to change the sizing, then there's some subsequent work to go verify across all the pages. Anyway, let's see if the breakpoints are in the theme. It is an improvement to summarize them at the top of the page. It's just there can be a separate issue to help make it consistent across all pages.
Yeah.
Nice. That is something for us. This is something important to catch in the design system, actually. Something that I think gets overlooked, or I know that we have overlooked it, and it is breakpoints and when those should occur. As a matter of fact, it's like, do we support mobile devices? And if we do, for which, the design system doesn't have to say this per se, for which projects, but for those projects that do support a mobile interface, what are some of those rules of engagement? Like, when should things restructure or realign? Ideally, we're not really, the implementation of what we do, breakpoints suck in general. Like, they're sort of a crutch for like just making it fluid. And there are a few different techniques to making things just fluid without predefined, hard-coded, fragile points that you break across. And so clearly that's not a reflection on Ankush, on your work. As a general thing, but certainly breakpoints and responsiveness is something for the design system to address. So great. So Ankush.
So here's another, like, this is assigned to me. I just took the screenshot. Like, this is specifically for EPAM delivery platform system. I've taken this screenshot. Like, these are in the dark mode and these are in the white mode. But in the integration section, in the code, I don't find the EPAM delivery integration proper file, like particularly EPAM delivery file. There are other integrations files there, but not the EPAM delivery file.
Prem, Ritik. Prem, Ritik, do your issues not have instructions in them for what to do with these? Or am I mistaken that these are your issues, or these open by
These are
someone else?
not like it was opened by Saurav, I guess.
Yes, and these do have the instructions. I guess, yeah, there it is.
Like, here is written add screenshot for EPAM delivery integration, but I don't find the EPAM delivery integration in the code. Like,
oh, it's there. What you've been here a whole week. I can't believe you can't find that already.
Because let me
just kidding. Yeah, let's find it real fast. It's under source, from memory. It's under source, collections, integrations, EPAM.
I know the folder, like just wait a minute. screen visible?
You are not sharing, I guess. Yeah.
Where to? I know the like integration file, but here are all the integration files, but there is no EPAM delivery. See,
Oh, okay, maybe it's called something else.
there is no EPAM delivery. There are other integrations here in the integration folder.
Yeah, when you search for EPAM, what gets returned?
There's nothing. I searched
what
also. I searched this.
I hope that we don't have a bug that EPAM wasn't deleted. Huh.
I think.
Yeah, I'll take it as an action item to find it for you, or to point you to the right spot.
All right then. We are already like on time, but is anything there to like important to discuss for us today? Like Kingsley would like to give update on leaderboard on badges.layer5.io or Victoria, the recognition badge.
Yeah, I think so. Kingsley, where are we at, man? Any
Okay,
progress?
so I may not necessarily like share my screen because of time. So, but the progress is that I've moved everything from the discourse to the badges.layer5.io. So the only thing remaining is that the styles that was used on the badges is different from the way styles are used on. It's different from the way styles are used on the badges. So I'll have to still follow the same standards by creating new CSS styles for the tables and then the data and all that stuff. So I also ran into the cost issue too, because badges uses Gatsby, but the initial project I used was Korea, that's CRA, Curious Chat app with TypeScript, but badges uses raw JavaScript and then Gatsby. So I'll still have to find a way to fix the cost issue on the Gatsby project, but that's not an issue. I think I'm already on it, so I'll get that fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully, I'll be creating a PR for the badges, for the leaderboard on the badges website before Wednesday, hopefully. Thank you.
All right. So that's it. So before we end the call, I'd like to share this calendar. So for getting all the meeting updates that we have here in Layer 5, so we have like Wednesday machine development meeting, on Thursday we have newcomers meeting. So make sure you subscribe to the calendar so that you get all the updates. And with that, we have a lot of items left to discuss. So we will take that on priority next Monday. And yeah, like I will also share this YouTube channel's link. So you will get all the live recorded sessions there. Unfortunately, we won't have today one because there was some mistake, but yeah. Also, I see Sandra is saying she wants to say something before we end.
Yes,
So Sandra,
just one sentence, please. I have a PR related to documentation that's been pending for 3 weeks. I really need a lot of reviews on it, like at least 5 from community members or even maintainers. It's really important. It's regarding documentation. Please look at it so that we can merge it to reduce the noise and confusion among contributions. Thank you. I think that was 3 sentences, either way.
Thank you, Sandra. Definitely we'll take a look.
Okay,
So,
I don't know if I should make the same request Sandra just made. My own is just a week, but you guys should review the PR. I was supposed to present it today, but of course we're out of time. So I don't know if it can be reviewed. It's
yeah,
issue. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look on that PR, the SEO one. Oh, also make sure you drop the link in the Slack channel. And so that was it. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Monday. So bye.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everyone.